TIFU by eating my father's gummies. Hello everyone. First time poster, and I thought this would be a funny one. So last December, I am 40 and my family sisters, parents, kids, gathered at my sister's boyfriend's place for Christmas dinner. Since my parents and one of my sister is from out of town, my parents were going to be sleeping at my and my spouse's F-35 house, and we would meet up with the rest of the family later on. My parents arrived around 10 a.m. We helped them take out their luggage, and we packed the car with the gifts I bought since all four of us would just take one vehicle. Right after that was done, my father asked me if I wanted some gummy candy he had brought in a Tupperware container. It isn't unusual for him to have some candy, like peppermints or jujubes, so I took 2 pieces and didn't think anything of it. I found it tasted a bit off, and he told me afterwards it was special candy. Now, for context, both my parents are retired, and we live in Canada, where this would be considered legal. More on that later. I also want to add that I already ate edibles before, and for some reason, they never do anything to me. They are basically overpriced normal candy for me. So after this, I already forgot about the candy, and by 11:30 a.m., we went to the family dinner. We get there, talk for a bit. My sister's boyfriend gives a tour of his house, the usual stuff. Around 1:30 p.m., however, I start feeling a bit lightheaded, and it soon dawns on me the edibles are kicking in. I am not new to cannabis use, but I knew something was not normal. I started sinking into my chair and I remained silent, hoping no one would notice that I was starting to become real fucked up. My heart started racing, and I knew I was in for a long haul. After about 30 minutes of this, my sister, who was cooking at the time, comes to me and sees me and asks me if I'm all right, since I was being quiet. I brush it off and say I'm fine and was able to fly under the radar for another 15 minutes or so. At this point, my sister comes back and says loudly, "Holy crap, are you okay? Your eyes are basically non-existent." At this point, my spouse turns to me and asks me the same thing and looks worried for a second and asks, "What's wrong, baby?" Oh, I get it, remembering the gummies I ate. At that point, the cat was out of the bag, and my father gets wind of this and comes in the living room with a huge smile and laughs a bit at the situation. Now for the screwed up part. In Canada, the stores are limited with the amount of THC per package, hence why it never hits me. But we find out that he didn't buy this at the stores, but rather went at a dispensary on a native reserve, which circumvents some rules. We figured out that the 2 gummies I ate contained upwards of 150 mg of THC, which would be like eating 15 to 20 gummies of the normal ones sold at the government outlets. We started the gift exchange soon after, and I was trying to keep my cool and avoid eye contact with the kids, since a couple of them were 13 and 14 and might know that I was tripping balls. My sisters, the boyfriend and parents were poking fun at me a bit during this time, and I was still melted in the same chair since I wasn't sure I could stand up straight. Thankfully, my heart stopped racing by supper, and I really enjoyed the supper. Everyone thought it was hilarious, and I was still trying to avoid eye contact with the kids, trying not to be the inebriated uncle. By 8 p.m., my father asked if it was a good trip, to which I replied ongoing still, at which he laughed profusely. I was still feeling it the next morning. Should have ate only one. TLDR. My father gave me way too strong gummies before a family dinner.